With Ian MacInnis of the Cornwall Colts, fifth meeting, I believe, between the two teams this season. Braves winning 3 of the previous 4, but as usual, they're all tight.
Yeah, we are. Our last 2 especially have been good. Our last game here I thought was really good. We got into a little penalty trouble, as I recall. Yeah, and I took one, so we went down 5-on-3 on the goal they scored. We went down 3-1 and come back, made it 3-3, and they scored with 40 seconds left. So it was a good game. Then the last time in our building, I think we won in overtime. So we plan on playing them hard again tonight.
The season to date, Ian, 1 game below 500. I believe you guys are 8th place, the 8th final playoff spot right now. But down the stretch drive, what would you like to see? Well, I guess first and foremost, the year to date.
Well, we haven't. Our start wasn't good, and then November and December were good. We haven't been good since the break. We've had clouds of, but we haven't had a real good, consistent game. So we've been okay at home since the break. We haven't been good on the road. Our specialty teams are atrocious. We take too many penalties. Last night we get back in a game, we're up 2-1 with 4.5 minutes left. We take a dumb penalty and they tie it up, and with a minute left, we take another dumb one and they win in overtime on a power play. So, we got to have more selfless play from everybody, and if we can do that, we'll get in the playoffs and have some fun in the first round, because I think it's pretty open this year.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got the goaltender, Michael Carr, certainly able to steal a game on any given night. He's played a lot of minutes. You like that? You've been great with goaltenders. The minutes bother you at all? I think he leads the league in minutes by far. I think something like 2,700 minutes, but you've got a really good one there, capable of stealing a game on any given night.
Yeah, you know what? I think before the break, I would have been a little more concerned with it. Our play going forward, we get into a regular, like everybody else. We got 2 a week for the rest of the year. You should be able to do that. We obviously, I got to get him a little break before we move on to extra play. If we do, we got to win hockey games, so he's got to be in the net. That's all there is to it.
If you look at it, and you did mention that it doesn't look like there's any clear cut, there's no superpowers in the mix here. But off the top of things, if it wasn't you guys, do you see anybody that maybe is a little bit more rounded at this juncture?
No. The 5 teams, I don't know what to. They're all. They like Brockville. They're obviously good in net. If they can stay healthy, I think Jesse has them going in a way where they work hard every shift. When their steel hits the ice, they're working, which you need to do that in the playoffs. But they need to stay healthy, and they need to be good defensively. Scoring goals doesn't come easy to them as it is to some of the other teams, but the other teams don't play as well defensively, and I just Brockville plays a selfless team game, team first. I like that. But you know what? Ottawa, CP, Hawkesbury, even Rockland, it's really going to come down to who's playing at the right time and who's really good in nets. And I don't mind some of the other teams that are going to get in the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting.
You mentioned health, and I mean, that's all part of the game, the ups and downs with that. The Braves have been injury-riddled all season. What about the Colts? Where they stand right now? You fairly healthy, or have you got a few out?
Yeah, we're down a defenseman, which he's a young guy, but he was playing some real minutes for us. So, that's. Other than that, we're healthy. We need to start winning some hockey games and maybe play a little harder to get unhealthy. That's what it's going to take. So, yeah, we're in good shape. We're in good shape going forward. We need to get more performances out of some of our older guys every night, and we should be able to get in this thing.
Lastly, an old question, not a CCHL question, but an equipment question. Most people won't even realize or know what these are, but you wore them back in the early 80s, and you and Doug Gilmore and the Colts, 82, 83-ish in there. They were called Cooperalls, and no conventional hockey pants or socks or shit. Well, it's a variation, but they kind of look like a one-piece unit, like a ski pant. What was, and two NHL teams, I believe it was Philadelphia and Hartford wore them. It was a failed experiment. You wore them. What were they like?
Well, other than the look, we had a hard time getting over the look, most guys. But the great thing about it was the actual, what was underneath the shell was just the girdle. And it was an actual better protective piece of equipment because it didn't shift on you. You know, obviously the pants back then were, you know, they aren't like they were today, but the girdle was actually good. It didn't move around, so it saved a lot of guys, believe it or not, with hip pointers. And a lot of guys carried on wearing the girdle underneath and just wore a shorter shell, so it looked like an original hockey pant. But it was, you know, trainers had a hard time because guys like me would tape them up, and it would look absolutely awful, and they didn't like that. But anyway, it was fun. We had a lot of fun with it.
Lastly, Braves and Colts tonight. What do the Colts have to do to come out with the 2 points here?
Well, we need to be very wise on our forecheck. That's the other thing with this league. Anybody that gets a team on its back-to-back night is they have a huge advantage just because of the depth of the teams. And so we got to be wise on our forecheck. We've got to, you know, if we can get there, we go. If not, you know, we got to pull out and not give up any odd man rushes. It's no secret Brockville are really good at home, and you know, we got to be smart on our forecheck and look after the neutral zone, and we should be okay.
As always, thanks for taking the time to do this, Ian. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Ian MacInnis of the Cornwall Colts.